We're chasing comedy, working on jokes, working on bits, seeing what sticks, seeing what stinks. We're Brian and Dustin, and we're chasing comedy.
Dude, I just auditions are so hard to get these days. You're like, I get it.
And not only that, but they're all self-tapes.
Yeah.
So it's not like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I got to set it up, set the lighting, do a bunch of test shots on myself. So it's like, you got to set it, guess, then go in front of it. I mean, they give us so much. I'm like, what do you guys even do now? You just watch tapes. An intern can do your job.
Don't you like it better, though, than just sitting in a hallway?
No. And I'll tell you what the difference is.
Because you're live.
Well, the difference is the casting director. The casting director always has notes that either come from other people's auditions that they're not giving you, or they know the director and they know what the director likes. Okay. Or they know the tone of the script because they've worked with his agency before. So there's little nuances that mean so much to the read that without them, you could just be, even though you physically might be right, your read could just be all wrong because you just have no one to direct you. You have no insight. There's no tone. Everyone is just guessing. And that's really what I don't like about it.
Yeah, just into a void of just like...
Yeah, it's just you looking at it going, I think that's what they want. It just, I mean, that's the thing. I think they've really, for the actor, the value that the casting director brings, I don't think can be measured. I think it's immeasurable. I think the insight they give you, because, you know, they learn as they go through the process too, things that are working, things that everybody's doing. So don't do that. Things like that, especially if you have a personal relationship with casting directors. I mean, I really got to know these. They always knew me. I knew them. They know the talent. They work with a lot. And so, you know, to not have that, to just be like flying blind, like, I hope this is what they like.
But come on, the parking's better.
And honestly, I just want out of the house. Get me the fuck out of my house. I'm so this is it. Luckily, I'm very blessed in that I have a whole office studio I can create in. You know,
sure.
But it's still I don't want to be here. I miss driving around all day and fighting traffic and like, oh my God, don't let him know I'm going to be 10 minutes late. I never thought I would miss that. And at first I was like, this is great. And now I'm like, can we just get back to regular auditions? That'd be dope.
Yeah, I'm sure your wife needs that too.
Oh my God, yes. If we didn't have stand-up, the pandemic was the first year of our relationship, the first year out of the 15 years we've been together, 16 now, that we had to just be together all the time. And I'll never forget, like, I could tell there were moments where I'm like, she needs me to leave. I gotta go. And I would just go to Vegas and hang out at my friend Gabe Lopez's house. And
see that. I mean, that was the best when you had a gig. That was amazing. But then when you didn't have gigs, you were like, I'm just going to go to the 99-cent store with a mask for like 40 minutes.
Like, dude, this is the best too about the pandemic. Remember, we had to line up outside the grocery store and wait. They could only have so many people in the grocery store at a time. So I'm in the park, and, you know, Trader Joe's, and there's all these homeless people there. And we're just like, so I'm waiting in line to buy groceries next to a homeless guy and who's not waiting to buy groceries. And, and I'm just standing there, and I just kind of look over, and I'll never forget this. He goes, what are you looking at, Bilbo? And I was like, Bill, did you just call me a hobbit?
Bilbo Baggins.
You're homeless, you sucker. I'm not judging you. Oh, sorry, no language. Right, sorry.
I knew you wouldn't. He lasted 40 seconds.
3 minutes and 40 seconds.
We'll beep that out. No problem. Yeah. Sorry, Adam. You're gonna have a lot of work to do on this one. Yeah, have a lot of beeping to do. But that's. I know. I
told him that. I was like, you know, that's not my strong suit, right?
That's okay. Like, it's all good.
Especially with podcasting. Podcasting is just kind of usually just, you know, go crazy.
No, I know. So. But you get more views when you do the clean shows because it's broad. It's like, that's, you know what I mean? You're trying to get the numbers, Greg. That's all.
I get it.
Just trying to get the platform.
All we wanted to do was stand up, and now we have to do everything but stand up.
Well, it's fun. I always say it's like podcasting is it's also a way to promote yourself, and it gives you an excuse to hang out with your friends. That's really what it is most of the time. It's like, you don't see people.
Listen,
Like,
I love that part of it, but then nobody ever
like,
wanted to do the editing and the posting and the clipping and the everything else. And
you don't have an Adam. You got to get an Adam.
you got to get an Adam. Yeah, I need an Adam.
Every comedian needs an Adam. Adam will.
And that
post
really
it
is the secret to the sauce, because we're not
No.
neighbors. We're not.
I try to do that stuff, and it's just like it takes a whole day for me to do like a 30-second TikTok, and then I'm like exhausted from.
Dude, this is our life now. Is clipping. I've been clipping videos for 2 days. Because once I get in a groove, I will try and just get as many done as I can at a time. Because getting it loaded and looking through the whole process I hate, but once I get going, I'm pretty good at it.
Yeah, but you're like a guy. I always say you're the guy that could read a phone book. Not that anybody knows what that is anymore, but you can.
Totally, people will be like, he has a time machine.
But you're a guy. Yeah, you can do anything. You have such a personality. You could just go and be like, "Here's me eating a Snickers." Bang, bang. And everybody's like, so funny.
Biff went back in time and got a sports almanac. I went back and just got a phone book.
Yeah. Hilarious. But you have that thing. I have to write a script. I got to write a script. I got to bring in a lighting guy. Like, it's a whole thing.
We all do. We all do.
You just go, and it's funny. Amazing. It's funny. It's like, just this show is kind of like we just write and kind of try to find our way in this comedy world. It's called Chasing Comedy. That's what we're doing. Just because it's a constant chasing the dragon. You're either chasing that last set, or you're chasing the
next set. Yeah.
Or that bit that kills that you can't follow, that you can't follow. That's like,
there's only one bit that I can heartily admit was almost unfollowable. You could do it, but it took time. It was very hard.
Yeah.
And I can admit it now because this comedian unfortunately has passed. So it's very easy to admit now. But it was Eric Myers, who was a brilliant,
he was great.
Very tortured comedian. And he had this bit about applying for a job at Taco Bell.
Yes.
That was literally the only bit I ever feared, because it was just such a powerhouse. Start to finish with his delivery and everything about it was perfect.
Well, I always tell people, and not to, I call myself this as well, and not, I don't know how are you supposed to say this? But I do call myself like a plumber in comedy. I feel like there's stars, and then there's guys that make no money, and then there's like, the journeyman.
You're right. Yeah. I call it the working class headliner.
Yeah, the work. Yeah, well, it's like I'm the guy that you're gonna, you're not gonna get, Chappelle to entertain your nana at her birthday party. I'll probably show up lugging the equipment up a cul-de-sac.
Exactly. I'll do it for $500. And I'm gonna do a great job because I am a headliner, but not a name. So you get quality.
Yeah, but I always say a hungry working class comic is harder to follow than Chris Rock working it out, or
absolutely, because he can come up there and fire off his best stuff.
Yeah, so because the working class guy is the guy that's gonna just
he's still earning it every show.
Like every spot, he's you're as good as your last spot to these bookers a lot of times, and so
absolutely,
or whatever is just like really coming in. So that's always. But I was actually, when I said that, I meant like because you would be somebody that because you're very good at like kind of building up to your closer and stuff like that. But I was just saying, sometimes you'll do a joke that you can't follow yourself. Like you do the joke. Like, do you ever do that where you just like, you just burn
I call it a joke too far. A joke too far. Yeah. Like, that's where you should end. But you're like, but I planned on doing one more joke. But you've peaked.
Yeah. Well,
and
there's
you're
that.
like, no,
there's
I'm
that.
doing the next joke. And then you do it and you're like, I fucking shut up. Excuse me. I definitely should have ended.
Well, that's greed. That's greedy. I'm talking even like just, 3 minutes in. Sometimes you do a joke that just destroys. And then
crowd work. You've done all this amazing crowd work.
Yeah.
And now they're so hot and you try and downshift into material and they're just like, like, material.
Make fun of his head again.
You're like, guys, I just did 10 minutes of crowd work. I kind of need to do the jokes here. We have 45 minutes to go. So it happens. Yeah.
No, it does. It's funny. You know, I talked to you. I saw you the other day. We had lunch and stuff, and I was talking about the cruises. I got a bunch of cruises coming up, and I've never done them, and I'm terrified. You know, in some ways, and because it's like, you know, I told you,
because you're trapped with the audience for days.
Well, and I had heard that story. I told you that story. We were kids in comedy, I guess you could say.
Oh yeah,
that's how long I've known you. We were literally children almost. We were like fresh out of community college, and we're like,
yeah,
hey,
yeah, like I got an
you're from Texas. I'm from Texas.
Well, we were rock stars back then, baby. We were out there kicking indoors, and wearing leather and shit.
We're rock stars that eat more salad. We're still rock stars.
A lot more salad.
Well, that's what I was telling you. It was funny last night. That's when, you know, like I had Jason Salmon on. He's from Texas, and we were talking about how sometimes you just like, how much Texas do you still have in your life? You know, when you move, when you get to metropolitan cities and stuff, and you know, you in New York or LA or whatever, and then how much Texas do you keep? You know, and it's just like, I told him about fried food. I said, you know, it's like I can't do fried food anymore. And last night I did some fried food, and it's just, I mean, it's taking me down. And I hadn't had it in a long time.
Oh my God,
in a long time. And I feel like I should almost lose my biscuits and gravy card because I was just like, you know, really? Three chicken strips? Come on.
For me, it's chili. Any kind of chili from anywhere. Anytime something has chili or is chili. I mean,
so bad.
I basically don't sleep for a whole night. I look forward to the next night's sleep because all night. Why did I do that?
You're better off with hard drugs sometimes.
Totally, yeah. I could sleep on hard drugs.
Yeah,
I can't sleep with heartburn.
Well, Pink's is like the biggest hot dog place, you know, whatever. I had a chili cheese dog, and yeah, it was rough. I was just like, I didn't think I was going to make it back.
And I don't do it very often, but every now and again, I'm just like, you know what? It's bad. I bet. No, big mistake now. And like, and now I understand why seniors eat at 5. I understand why they eat at 6. Because you don't want to go to sleep on a full stomach. You want to fully digest that shit before you lay down. You know, it makes perfect sense now. I have no desire. I used to love eating late at night. Now I know if I eat late at night, I'm going to hurt myself real bad. So, eating at 6 is a great option now. Yeah,
we're officially old.
So old. So we got the grays.
We're hanging in there, but you know, this is a bit that I wanted to work on. I felt like, what this is funny to me now. It's like when we were kids, you know, I felt like there was a big separation between like adults or parents or and then children and teenagers, where it was just like the adults, like you could just tell the difference in the separation. Like it would just be a dude like with a mustache and a members only jacket, smoking a cigarette, drinking a beer, and that guy was in charge. Like it was that was the separation. Now it's like seniors are addicted to their iPhones, moms are dressing like their daughters. Like it's like they're making
TikTok videos. Yeah,
it's just one big morphous of persons the people that don't want to grow up, and like it was like it's just so confusing. Whereas before it was just like, that's the adult. That's the guy.
Right. I mean, there's no place for professional entertainment. They don't want polished material.
No.
They want people just in their kitchens fucking dancing. My cousin got way more followers than me. He's got 200,000 followers.
Wow.
Because he makes these silly dance videos in his kitchen. Because he actually, I mean, he was always a great dancer, and everything. And now he's a dad and everything. And so whatever the latest, dance, he makes his own video of it. And he's in his kitchen just fucking doing like this, 200,000 followers.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
And I spent 30 years mastering stand-up for nothing.
Well, that's the thing. It was just like, things didn't exist when we were kids. Like the word influencer did not exist. I mean, we had influencers. It was like an uncle. It was
exactly.
It was like the dude next door that would give you weed, like that.
Or the reviewer.
It was a person. It was a person.
Right. There was a critic in the newspaper.
It was a TV show. It was like, what's happening?
Or a radio DJ. Like you had a platform. You were a professional at it. And so people listened to you.
Yeah, I mean, after you watch, like, what's happening, I knew, don't record the Doobie Brothers. You know what I mean?
Don't never record and let the thing fall and start dancing and let the cassette recorder fall in the front row, and then the whole band stops like, oh.
Rerun.
Yeah. Never accept a free bicycle. That's what I learned from the very special episode of Different Strokes.
Oh, what happened? Walk me through that episode.
He got trapped. Okay, so it was the guy, I forgot, Howard Jump, I think his name was. I know, because I banged his daughter, Kiva Jump. But
get the beeps ready.
So he, that was clean, right? You can't say that. But he played this bicycle shop owner that trapped Arnold and one of his buddies and was like going to molest him.
Oh, wow.
And it was like one of the first TV episodes about child molesters.
Yes.
And that's why I was like, all right, no free bikes. Got it. Don't want to get trapped by the child molester for a free bike. Got it.
I think that gap, too, between like adults and kids was like, it was automatic that you trusted an adult. Like, it was just a thing. Like, yeah, there it is.
There it is. There it is, the bike shop episode, and Arnold escapes, but his little buddy, we're not so sure what happened to him.
And just so you know, that guy went on.
That guy in the tailpipe.
That look on his face. Well, and if you don't know, the guy in the purple Grimace sweater went on to run WKRP
in Cincinnati. That's right. That was his big. I mean, the guy appeared. He was on Love Boat. I mean, in the 70s.
Oh yeah.
This guy was TV. If you needed someone to play a boss,
it's good.
Yeah. So he was the child molester in the.
Yeah,
fight.
he looks. Yeah, he just needs your mustache, and it is today's
exactly.
child
It's all
molester.
done.
Is that on Stars? Come on, that's funny. I don't even know what that's about.
That's weird. I don't know why it would be on Stars. They're showing 70s sitcoms on Stars these days.
They're really reaching to compete.
I was
going to
say that's a rebrand I do not agree with. So
all right, take this. All right, you can take that guy.
Take it down.
It's freaking me out. But yeah, I think and it's funny because I'm doing these boats or whatever, so I'm trying to have material that's kind of, I feel like, and it's a boat, so I can be hacky. Nobody cares, but
they want it.
Yeah, they do.
It's a preference there.
Yeah.
What's your preference setting? Unoriginal. If you could just play the classics, play the hits, that's all we want to hear are the hits. Some divorce stuff, some marriage stuff,
I have none
shopping,
of that. I have none of that. Shopping, yeah. I guess I have shopping. I have an Amazon addiction. I don't know about.
There you go.
That's the thing,
Perfect.
but it's always comes and goes. But I feel like the whole back in the day thing is a good, safe place to play. It's
Sure.
for the family show or whatever. So I'm trying to do all this stuff. And I did this one joke where I talk about kind of like. Video games and things like that, the gap between what we had when we first were introduced to those, kinds of things. And it's like, like Atari as opposed to like a PlayStation 5, it's like they have unbelievable graphics. We had the graphics of a heart monitor, Right. You know what I mean? Like,
The
thing is,
you're not wrong.
It's the worst.
River Missile Command.
Oh my goodness. It was like the most basic.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Do you remember the at-home Atari? The first at-home Atari. First at-home Pac-Man.
Oh, it was so bad. It was square. It was squares.
It wasn't dots. It was little bricks. And they hit the little brick.
Pac-Man was kind of square. It wasn't a perfect
like the whole
circle.
thing. Like they couldn't make circles.
Yeah.
In that low-grade technology, they could only make squares, so the whole thing was just blocks.
That's
it was
so
it
fun.
was so bad. It was
so bad, but it was so exciting. It was like you didn't know. That's all we had. It was great.
I was over at that kid's house every day. Like, so do you want to play? You want to play Batman on your Atari? Like, I was just that poor kid. I was up his ass to play that game every day. It's like,
yeah. Well, that's how you got friends. You didn't need followers. You just needed a video game. console. You know, ColecoVision would change your life.
ColecoVision. Oh my God, yes.
I had ColecoVision.
ColecoVision was
that was a big
that was
deal.
the first step up.
Yeah.
ColecoVision and television.
Television was stupid. You had to put those little cards in the controller. So dumb. You like playing baseball.
It was the Radio Shack. It was the Radio Shack system with a television.
Card in.
But the graphics were better than the Atari.
They were better. Yeah. Which wasn't hard. Well, but then Atari got it together. Like Pitfall was pretty good.
2600
Pitfall was pretty
Pitfall.
good.
I love. I could
pretty
kill
good
it on
graphics.
Pitfall. Yeah.
I play Pitfall right now. Like I love that game.
Listen, whenever I go to a barcade, these are the games that I'm looking for.
Yeah,
the old school games, the Pitfall. Yeah.
Pitfall? Oh, you mean they have like a console? They have a console.
No. They'll have the standing.
I don't think Pitfall was ever a standing game. The stand-up
I think
game.
it was.
All right, no, you're wrong.
We're gonna have to look. What's your guy's name? Find the graphic.
Adam.
Adam, look it up. Adam.
I'm looking for it.
It was never an upright game. Frogger was, but not Pitfall.
No, absolutely.
And it's kind of the same concept, but no, I don't think so. Was Pitfall?
Maybe you're right. Maybe it wasn't.
Yeah,
I thought it was.
Well, there was other things that were similar to it.
Hamburger was a stand-up game, and this is literally
I remember Hamburger.
Hamburger on a conveyor belt. And you go, you missed the cheese. Oh, no. Like, it was the dumbest. That was the game.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Video games, I think it was good that it kept it simple because it's like they were good enough to entertain you, but not good enough to keep you in the house for like a month. You know what I mean?
I don't know. For some people it was.
Was it? Well, not like now. I mean, I guess maybe.
No, because now the games are endless.
Yeah.
There's no end.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I got bored eventually and had to get on my mongoose and go up and do some dirt back riding or whatever.
Eventually whoever's console it was would kick us out. And then my dad, we were just like, Dad, all we want for Christmas is an Atari, either an Atari or a ColecoVision, just one of these game systems. My dad goes to Sears. And Sears had developed their own called SpectraVision.
No.
Which they had discontinued.
Wow.
With 6 games. So guess what system my father bought?
you got the Betamax. You got the Betamax video game.
They were making no additional games for it. There was no future for it. It was a discontinued. But you know what? We played that sucker.
What game was it? Do you remember any of the games?
I remember one game. Okay, so the controllers were different because it was just like a handle with a little joystick on top of it, and you'd shoot it like a gun handle with a joystick.
That's all you need.
Okay,
yeah.
And it was one game where like things were coming at you from the top, bottom, and the sides, much like today's pornography. And so you would try and figure out where it's coming from and kill it and shoot it, or stop its bullet with your bullet. And so what I would do is I just spin the handle while shooting. It was pretty. Sorry. It was very basic version of the.
Very hard for Greg to contain himself in a small environment.
SpectraVision! Cross-Force!
There it is. Amazing.
That was it, baby. Sears video game system.
Wow. Sears.
And I imagine he got it because he probably put it on layaway or had like a Sears credit card or something. We were big on layaway.
Oh yeah. Everybody was. That's great. It's a key tried. He just didn't.
SpectraVision. There it is.
Well, it's the thing.
Stop it. It's taking me to a very negative place. Take it down. It's reminding me of my childhood, and no one needs that. We don't need to go down that alley.
At times he had instead of a bike, he had a video game.
With a game just called Bike. And you just
no, but all that stuff was funny. Just the idea of it. And then I worked on this. I worked on it kind of last week, but it's like the idea of like, I felt like we were kind of smarter back then because we didn't have so much technology, so we didn't rely on all these like robotic things that are in our life, like the phone or whatever. It's like phone numbers and things like that. We memorized, like we were, we used our brain for things.
I was going to say
survival mode.
When you went someplace, you were memorizing the route to get there.
Yeah.
Remember that? Any place
Yeah,
you were going, I'm like, okay, here and then there and then there. I was always memorizing it, one, so I could leave, and two, so I could get back to it.
Yeah,
You know?
landmarks were a big deal. You know?
Yeah, you had to know how to get to places and how to get back to them, because otherwise, what, you carry a map with you on your bike? You would carry a Mapsco.
I could never get into a mic. I didn't have the attention span to like look at it for very long.
Yeah, so I mean, and solving it, like, especially if it were the book style, and you're like, wait, continue on what page? And it was not convenient, especially if you're a kid on a bike. So we just memorized every route to everything.
Yeah, but it was just a pure survival mode where it's like, I feel now it's like, I'm 1,000 years old. It's like, if I lose my phone, I'm done. I don't have any numbers. I don't have any numbers memorized,
I have one number memorized. One. Actually, I should say I have two numbers memorized. One is my wife's, obviously, for emergencies. And then the other one is Josh Wade's number.
Hilarious.
Because it hasn't changed. But it was just easy to remember. It sounds like and for some reason that one stuck. I still remember that number. That's probably the last number I memorized.
I felt like yours was in my head for so long. 646-249. I almost.
That's right. You're all over it. That's right.
I felt like
that's right. You were right there. You hit a lot of the right numbers.
4992 or something.
That's right. That's right. That's exactly right. That's right. And I had your number memorized for a little while too, but I couldn't tell you what it was now.
Yeah.
But those were the only numbers I had memorized in New York.
Yeah,
because at that time you guys were my emergency contact.
And then now my big joke is just like, now it's like, now it's like 867-5309, is the number, or like my emergency contact is 1-800-CARS for kids, Because
it's so funny. Just if we could tangentially for 1 second,
absolutely.
Again. Is it the most successful advertising campaign or the least? Because we all know it, but nothing makes me change the radio station faster. Nothing makes me want to donate less. I feel like it's ubiquitous, but at the same time, not in a good way.
All right, here's the thing, Greg. You know what bothers me the most about that commercial is that little girl's not playing drums.
I'm pretty sure none of them are playing their instruments.
She's not even hitting the drums at all. She's just in the air.
I did the voice of a character that had a bit of a viral anyways, but he was like played sax with a kids band in a series of videos. They were called Yellow Dino Pedo Hunter.
Oh, wow.
And I did the voice of Yellow Dino.
That's the theme of this show.
Yeah. And the worst one, Aziz Ansari came up to me one time with the improv. He's like, Greg, I got to ask you about something. Did you do the voice of a character from the 90s called Yellow Dino Pedo Hunter? And I'm like, oh, God, yes. He goes, someone sent me the clip. And I'm like, I know that voice.
The 90s you did that? That's crazy.
Yeah, the 90s.
Wow.
I both was like the voice of Yellow Dino, and then I also live action played the sidekick of the pedophile.
And it was a cartoon?
No, it was like a video series they made specifically to teach children how to identify and avoid pedophiles. And there was a whole song about take 3 steps back and run like the wind. That was one of the songs. Adam, I'm sure you're looking it up right now. Please don't. Don't you do it. Don't you do it.
Well, I got the Cars for Kids commercial.
Don't do that either. In fact, play the Pedo Hunter stuff.
Trauma. Yeah, I would rather see that. Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, it's the jingle. Well, that's the thing too. Is it's like, that was a big part of our life was jingles. Like every sort of commercials are different now too, where it's just like they just throw Gary Oldman in there or something, and like they used to care about the craft of a jingle. I knew guys that that's how they made their money. They just wrote a jingle. Nobody's making money writing jingles anymore. That used to be like a real great job. Like I would love.
Listen.
Because I knew comics that were doing it.
It still is.
I don't know. I feel that that's
especially
some AI
if you write
would take
songs
over.
that can get licensed for song. And really, it's about writing songs that get
But
licensed.
that's the thing.
for commercials.
But they get licensed now. That's the thing.
Okay, right. So, all right, nobody steal this. This is a sketch I'm working on. This is like a TikTok sketch. It's in my list of
better
things
get
to
out.
shoot.
Once you drop it, you got to get it out.
Okay, forget it. I'm not going to bring it. Forget it. I'm not even going to waste it here. I'm not even going to. I don't want people to take it.
Well, I don't want to. I'm just saying. I have to say that because in case somebody does, I don't need to be like, "That's just
I told you. Let's just say
I don't think anybody's.
I got a whole jingle thing coming.
I will say this. Yeah. Well, save your jingles thing. But I will say this. I don't think people are even that motivated to like steal a sketch. I mean, they might be. I don't know.
They might be because that's all we live for now is just
That's
putting on
true.
these little stupid sketches on TikTok. So. Why, Lord, why did I live this long? I'm kidding. Thanks, God. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you got a second chance.
I did. Exactly. I'm happy to be here.
So, yeah, you do a lot of that material, like having a heart attack. And
Talk
like
about the heart attack. All that's in the new special coming out. Yeah.
Coming back from that. When's you got a new special coming out? When's that coming out?
Yeah, but we haven't set the drop date yet. I'm still kind of showing it around. So we'll see where it winds up.
How'd it go? What was
fantastic?
The vibe?
Unbelievable.
Where'd you
Off
film?
The charts. Dallas.
Oh, that's great. Well, you were off
the Water
charts.
Tower Theater. The Water Tower Theater in Addison.
Did Gary do it, Robinson, or?
No, he edited it though.
Oh, he did. Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
A friend of mine's a media company there. He owns an AV company there in Dallas. They did all the cameras and audio and everything like that. All my friends worked on it. My friends did the audio. My friends did the video. My friends did everything. They were the ones that really kind of put it together for me. So I was very blessed to have that opportunity, and it came together incredibly well.
That's great. I mean, that is the upside to like where we are in comedy right now, where there's a lot of complaints about the TikToks and all that crap, but I do feel the incentive and the motivation to do your own, present your own, work and create specials and things like that. Like we didn't really have that in our brain before, Yeah,
but it's like at least someone was there to tell you when you were ready to do a special. Now everyone just is releasing a special that is not very special at all.
Well, there's always going to be that. I mean,
but God bless them. They're allowed to do it. I'm not going to stop them. But
there's bands that have albums and stuff that they just, shouldn't probably have. But it's just, that's always going to kind of happen. But for the people that are, and I think that, I do think the comedy world's pretty savvy. The audience, people that like comedy are pretty savvy, for the most part. They'll let you know if it's, you don't think so?
No.
I don't think so. You don't think they know comedy at all? But they do watch a lot more comedy than I think they have in past.
Oh yeah, they almost watch too much comedy now.
That's true. But
they watch too much comedy and they
watch a lot of clips.
They don't laugh at it. That's what I'm saying. So they think they don't. And it's so funny because a friend of mine brought his 2 teenage sons to my show and they were going bananas over it. I'm like, see, that's the thing, guys, for your generation. I know you guys see a lot of stand-up, but you don't go to a lot of stand-up. And you have to admit the experience was a lot different live. They're like, oh my God, it was so great. I was laughing so hard. I'm like, right, you probably never laughed that hard watching clips. You hear people laughing like that, but you're not laughing like that because it's just not the same.
No, I love that. And you're so right about that. I definitely, well, it's just like with bands, people like, if you've only seen Lenny Kravitz do a Target commercial and you only seen him like do a video and heard his song on the radio and you've never seen him live, then you're gonna have a different experience of who Lenny Kravitz is when you've seen him live. And so, or somebody like that, somebody that's kind of mainstream or whatever. And it's just like the certain people, it's like you need people make fun of Dave Matthews Band and then you like go to a show and you're like, well, they're pretty good, but it's like you don't know until that you need that live experience. And I agree, absolutely 100%. I did that. You need that live experience. Sometimes, an artist will fall a little short, or whatever. Some people aren't, maybe, as good live as maybe the album or whatever. That does happen. But with stand-up, I think, for the most part, I remember I saw Stephen Wright live and it was, you know, I was a big fan, love him. He's like big inspiration as far as my structure, the way I write jokes, and I love him. And I remember I saw him in Vegas, and it was like 30 minutes of just bam, bam, these amazing, misdirect, absurd, whatever. And then after 30 minutes, he just grabs a guitar. Because I don't think the audience could take much more than 30 minutes of one-liners.
Of one-liners, yeah. A lot of one-liners.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it's almost too much, and it's made me change a little bit of how I do comedy, because it's like after I do a little bit of that, a little bit of a little open, I try to open up a little bit, but it's like it definitely, it taught me a lot after that. I was like, yeah, people just need a little bit of like a self, kind of a person, after a while they need a real person.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But yeah, I don't know. But anyway, that was somebody that the album was more fun, I feel, than just kind of
and that definitely happens,
Yeah.
Some of those guys were definitely better on album, but I went to see Dennis Miller live and he was opening for Howie Mandel.
Amazing.
And it was at an amphitheater. What a show. And nobody showed up for Dennis Miller, I was there to see him.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he was just in the late 80s, early 90s. I thought Dennis Miller was
the best.
Fantastic.
Oh,
the best.
That White Album, it's great.
They were but I just thought he was so damn. And so I went to see him, and I'm like, where is everybody for this brilliant stand-up? Yeah. And so he does all this great stand-up. I'm dying. I'm loving it. Then he wraps up. And then all of a sudden everybody starts filling in and the play. Right. And then he comes out and he does the thing and whoa. And the audience is like, ah! And I'm like, oh my God, you're fucking idiots. The best stand-up was on an hour ago. I was infuriated by the audience.
Yeah.
And how much they were there just to see him, and Mikey voice, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I mean, it's just it's a conditioning thing, where it's just like trying to condition the audience to appreciate good stand-up. And there's people that don't listen to jazz, and I'm always just like, this is some of the greatest music that's ever been recorded, and people think of it as just elevator music or hold music. They have no idea how good it is. I go, yeah, the problem is, I don't want to go on some jazz tangent, but
I was going to say, I don't listen to a lot of jazz.
You know why you don't? But if you listen to it as loud as you listen to rock, you would appreciate it more. That's the problem with jazz. People aren't cranking up jazz.
I got news for you. I listen to everything as loud as I listen to rock. Ask my wife; she'll tell you. Her number one thing is, "Hey, can you turn that down?"
Yeah, that's because you're hard of hearing. But I'm just saying.
It's because I was raised in a house with 7 kids. Couldn't hear nothing. Everyone was loud.
All right, whatever, dude. Just saying.
Everyone and everything.
Some miles up, crank up some miles.
I'll throw it on. I've listened to some. It's not like I haven't listened to it.
It's all right. We'll have
not first choice.
We'll have a jazz night. You come over, we'll play cards.
Sounds good.
I'll crank up.
We'll drink non-alcoholic beer. It'll be fantastic.
You can drink. I'm definitely one of those guys. I don't care. I like people drunk around me.
Do you ever drink non-alcoholic beer, or do you stay away from it entirely?
I'm not a stay away from it. I'm fine. I could be in a heroin den. I'm fine. I'm really not. I'll be sitting there drinking a Red Bull. Like, I'm not that guy.
Which is its own drug.
I'm not like a panic button, Yeah. Like TJ Miller's my best friend.
Dude, and he likes to party.
So dude, I'm just saying.
Red Bull is liquid cocaine. Okay, if you drink Red Bull, you're a cokehead.
And I'm okay
you're
with
just
that.
Drinking it instead of snorting it.
And I'm fine with that, because that's like under the thing. I'm if I'm in one quick thing, if I'm in the car, you're smoking weed, and I get secondhand, I don't call that me smoking. I'm like, that's just hazard, whatever, it happened. Yeah. Like, I don't get weird about it.
And that's the thing, like when you go to an AA meeting, it's like no one drinks alcohol, but they can't stop smoking cigarettes and just pounding coffee and Red Bulls.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're still doing something. It's not like, you just kind of replace one with the other. But obviously alcohol is the dangerous one. But I mean, let's not pretend you're sober.
Nobody's pretending. You are sober in the sense that, like, coffee and cigarettes aren't going to make you lose your family. You know what I mean? Like,
if they smell your breath, it will.
I mean, usually people aren't getting fired because they had cigarettes and coffee at noon.
Yeah, in California, you never know.
In Burbank, you might get arrested for having
totally,
a cigarette.
Exactly. Oh, cigarettes, arrested now. Fines.
No, I mean, I'm an addict that needs drugs. I need it. I need caffeine. Once in a while, I need sugar. Last night, I needed fried food. Like food is more of a drug now than it was. Like when I feel like I need a bender, I just eat bad food.
Well, and that's the one thing I've realized is that everybody's got something.
Yeah.
You know, it may not be alcohol, may not be drugs, may not be cigarettes, may not be weed, but you got something.
It shouldn't affect your job. Like if you're a comedian, it shouldn't get you kicked out of places. Like you just need to find the drug that keeps you working.
Right. We should be allowed to drink at work. On. I totally agree. Lord knows I have, and that's probably why my career is where it is.
No, but here's the thing with you. You're definitely a rare breed of human, and you've also what's good about you is you've created kind of a lifestyle for your stand-up. And so it's like, like you're a club owner's dream because you're going to get the crowd to spend money on booze and have a good time with you. And so you're the guy, like I was complaining about a $30 all you could drink at the Strat or whatever. And you're like, that's actually my jam.
Totally. I'm always the one going, everybody get a drink. Let's have a drink together. Yeah. I'm always encouraging. I'm trying to run up those tabs like a mother.
You're the one making the club money.
I'm like, I'll get a shot. You guys get a shot. Everybody order shots. Let's have a shot together. Yeah. And I'm always trying. I have always, because I know I'm not an incredible draw. So the people that are there, I'm going to try and, make some money off them for the club,
Yeah, which is good, but sometimes it's like, but you just have to know. It's
also a trap too, because then, I'm the drinking comic and now I gotta drink. And it's like, well, I don't feel like drinking now,
Well, that's when I started getting into trouble, when people would send me shots and I would just, drink all of them. And it's like, sometimes they send you five or six shots and you're just like trying to close.
Dude, one time I did a shot on stage and I was so trashed at this point. I wanted to take the shot glass and throw it over my shoulder and just have it, crash on the stage. But I went like this. I released too early and it went forward and just hit the ground and cut a woman's foot.
Oh, no. That's awesome. I love that.
So the whole show had to stop while they brought in bandages and tried to dress the wound.
Oh,
well, I'm just on stage going.
Oh, did you get sued or anything?
Nah, it was a tiny little cut. It just happened to be on her foot. And
was it? Get her face or something. That's crazy.
Yeah, not at all. It hit the ground. Shard of glass just caught a little bit of her. It wasn't that bad.
This is not my story, but this is the only story that can maybe kind of top that. Where it's like, remember Gallagher 2? Have you heard this story?
Sure. Yeah, the brother that stole the act.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Vic Henley, rest in peace. He told me this story one time that Gallagher 2 was Long Island, probably one of the governors or something. He was on stage and apparently he wasn't quite the craftsman that his brother was, so he's about to do his closing watermelon bit and he goes and he's got the mallet and as soon as he's about to come down, the top of the mallet just flies off and hits a lady right in the face and just knocks her out. And they're just they call the paramedics and they got her in the thing around her neck and she's pulling her out with a stretcher. And then he's and then this whole thing, I mean, this takes an hour or whatever. And then he tries to start again and start the show. And they're like, no, dude, show's over. You almost killed somebody. He's out there well, here we go. And you're like,
let's try it one more time. No, we're good. Let's just wrap it up.
Trying to put it on better,
That's such a crazy story that Gallagher was sick of doing it. So his twin brother was like, well, do you mind if I do it since you're not going to do it? And he's like, yeah, go ahead. Then 2 years later, he's like, all right, I'm ready to come back. And he's like, well, I'm loving this. I'm not gonna stop doing this. And he's like, you can't do it. And I think he had to sue him to get him to stop doing it because he just started touring as Gallagher 2 and didn't want to stop. And he was like, no, I'm back. You can't do this anymore.
Yeah. But can you just imagine that? Just having a brother and having to deal with that kind of within family about something like that. It's
okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say Pedro from Napoleon Dynamite. Not many
Okay.
people know this, but he's a twin.
Oh,
Okay.
wow. Okay.
So when Napoleon Dynamite blew up, everyone vote for Pedro wearing the T-shirt. So the kid, the one guy, I think his name was like Rafael Ramirez or whatever, Ephraim Ramirez, I believe. So, he was getting a lot of offers to keep working. So the brother was off working on other projects. And so the twin just went around Hollywood getting all the free booze and chicks and everything else that came along with being Pedro at the time that his brother never got to take advantage of because he was off working, shooting projects all over the world. And his brother, I would see him all the time in the Laugh Factory, and he confided in me. He was like, yeah, I'm actually the twin. My brother's actually working on a shoot right now in Canada. And he's like, but no one knows, so I just keep going, so.
Oh, that's amazing. That's so crazy.
I hope that's true. I have no idea. I never verified. I never looked to see if it was, but he told me that.
Is that true, Adam? Adam, you got to fact check.
Fact check it.
He has a twin. He has an identical twin.
Oh,
there
wow.
It is.
Okay.
So, yeah.
There it is. Yeah.
Because it was the twin that told me that at the Laugh Factory. He was like, I'm actually not him. That's my twin brother, but he's off working. And he's telling me all this. He goes, but since he's gone, I'm not an actor. So I just go around and everyone thinks I'm him. So I just let them think that. And he was getting free drinks, free food, free everything you can imagine.
I just think the idea is weird. Brian, his father was like a comedian and like a voiceover actor. He did like the Thundercats voices and did a bunch of crazy, Frankenberry and all that stuff. And so I just think the idea of having, like, I'm just so happy that nobody in my family's in showbiz. You know what I mean? Like, there's just something about that just, just having like the Rock family and all these things. There's so many families of like, of course, there's some good sides to it as well. But it's just like, but then there's just
the weigh-ins.
Yeah. It's like, but those are, that's, kind of almost like comedy royalty almost, that kind, when it's that kind of, those kind of families. But just having like, one brother that's kind of like, oh, I'm going to start like Dennis Regan or something. I'm just going to do this now. And you're like, are you? And then
it's kind of like, okay, I can't stop you.
Yeah, but it's just, I don't know. It's kind of I'm just glad I don't have to compete with a brother. I don't have to hear about my brother doing comedy. I say that, and my brother's at a mic right now, just trying to.
Yeah, my brother. I have a brother that's also an actor, an older brother, Christopher Romero Wilson. But he always played dramatic roles. He was very much the heavy, whereas
beautiful
I was
hair.
the comedy.
Yeah, beautiful hair.
The best hair, still does. Never lost a strand. I hate it.
One of those guys.
Oh my God!
He just got off the set of Desperado.
Yeah, totally. Oh my God! Just the most beautiful, flowing. My dad had it. My brother. I'm the only one that got a bald spot from my mom's side of the family.
It's all right. Looks good here. That's all that matters.
So exactly. Listen, I got to keep the beachfront property. I'll take it.
Oh wow. Very cool.
I was going to say, how do we work on material? What are we doing? Okay.
We've been working on it. I don't know if you noticed.
Oh okay.
I've been working on it.
Okay.
That's how I really work on it.
There's one bit I wanted to try out. Yeah, okay.
No, try it out. What do you got?
Okay, so I have this bit about being from a military family, and it's like veterans, right? And so I was thinking about this as a tag onto this.
Okay.
So I'm like, veterans, right? You got to love the veterans. Got to respect that. Patriots? I'm not so sure about. Right? I feel like anyone that calls themselves a patriot just wears the flag. Right? Yeah. They got the hat and the shirt and the pants, and their profile has a bunch of flags on it. I'm like, that doesn't make you a patriot. That just makes you a huge flagget. Like, like you just love the flag. Okay, flag it. Take it down a notch.
And then,
Wait, because come on, you didn't give up a multi-million-dollar NFL career to go fight terrorists in Afghanistan. You didn't ride through the night with a lantern to warn the villagers that the redcoats were coming. You just put a bunch of flags on your Twitter profile. You're not a patriot. You're a super fan.
No, it's amazing. I love that. And then it's like, you just put a bunch of flags on your F-150,
Looking good, flag it.
Yeah, and then you're just mad at everybody else's flags. I think it's funny. Like
yeah.
Anybody else with a different flag, you're just mad.
You're like, how dare you?
It's not your flag.
You don't love it? Get out. Like
Yeah, but it's just another flag, a rainbow flag. I don't know. There's something funny about just the the different
They hate
flag.
all other flags.
Yeah, and then I mean that is true. Or
Like,
just
what kind of flagging are you? It's such a weird word.
You just love flagging.
I love saying it. I love saying it because watching people's filters go off when I say it, because they're like, is that bad? Is that good? Wait a minute. What they can't establish in their mind their level of offense.
Yeah.
You know? They can't figure it out.
Yeah.
Like, is this something am I against this? Am I for this? Is it funny? Do I hate it? I don't know what to say, what to think here. And I think that's what I enjoy about it.
No, it's funny. I love it. I also think it's like, just that, the separation of, or just how, it's funny. It's like one time I wore a hat and it just had like some leaf stuff on it. And it was just like, and everybody kept saying, thank you for your service. And I was like, no, dude. And it was a record shop hat. It was like Tubbs Records in like Nashville, but it had these leaves. And so everybody
made it,
thank you. And I got short hair. So like, thank you for your service. I was like, nah, dude. And it was like, I mean, it got uncomfortable. I was like in an airport lounge. Like an airport lounge, just beat up Vietnam vets comes up to me and like wants to hug me. I'm like, no, dude, I just bought Hall & Oates greatest hits at this place. Like I'm not a veteran, but there is something to like, you put on a hat and then you're supposed to be as equal as the guy that like, risked his life. Like it's just because you got a flag, you want that same kind of respect. Yeah.
Camouflage was a huge fashion pattern, from like, 2015 to 19, right? Yeah. Everything was camo. So I'd be at the airport catching a flight to go do a show in my camo sweatpants, and my red, funny camo, puffy jacket. And then like, they'd be like, all right, if there's any active military that, would like to board, and then real people in real camo would line up. And I'd just be standing there like, I just got this at the Gap. I didn't.
Yeah, I'm in the Navy. I'm in the Navy.
I'm not with you guys. I'm not trying
to. I'm in the Navy, the old Navy. Yeah,
the old Navy. Exactly. Like I didn't mean to. I'm not. I wasn't trying to act like. I mean, unless I can I board early? Or
you're just limping in.
But there's nothing worse than wearing fake camo around somebody wearing real camo.
Yeah,
like,
not good. You can't wear it in Jamaica. You'll get arrested if you're a tourist and you wear, because it's like all the freedom fighters or something. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you get in trouble. Like if Americans, they can't wear it in public because it's like they'll get murdered for it or something. Kind of like a Crips blood thing, but Jamaican.
Yeah. But listen, I found out in Laughlin you can't yell bingo. They take that shit so seriously. They're like, it's a felony to yell bingo in the place. I'm like, what the are you talking about?
That's hilarious.
They're like, don't yell bingo. Don't. I'm like, they were serious. I'm like, so you know what I did? I, of course.
You yell bingo. You can't yell bingo. You can't yell bingo in a crowded nursing home.
Right.
There you write that down. All right, everybody. We actually don't have time to get to the real because my girlfriend's got to do a podcast, and that's what happens when you date a comedian. It's like everybody's got something they got to record. But Greg Romero Wilson, are you keeping the Romero?
I am. Yeah. I like it. I really do.
You got to be careful. You got to be careful these days.
It honors my grandfather, who was a war hero in World War II and has an amazing story and something I'm very proud of. So I really kind of added it to kind of just, really to honor him. And my brother Christopher was doing it. I'm like, you know what? I want in on this. We're more Romero than Wilson.
That's a beautiful story, but I was just trying to make an ice joke.
Yeah, exactly. No, they're not. Listen, when they show up from Gregory David Wilson, you're going to deport Gregory David Wilson? Okay. All right. Put that and show the judge that,
So check Greg out. Where can we follow you? What's your handle?
On all the socials, Greg Romero Wilson. Just look it up. I am still the Greg Wilson on Venmo.
Okay. Send him
Twitter,
money. Send him all your money.
Twitter, YouTube. I'm still the Greg Wilson. But everything else, everything really does say Greg Romero Wilson on it, so it's fine.
Check out Greg. Hilarious comedian. He's the person you have to see him live. You have to see him live. You got to experience it, and it's a beautiful thing. And check him out. Thank you. That was amazing. Thank you, everybody. And follow us at all the stuff, all the chasing comedy websites and all the stuff, whatever we have. Adam has all the stuff. I have no idea what's going on with this podcast. Thank you. That was awesome. Thanks, buddy.
All right.
That was
See you,
incredible.
buddy.
Thank you, buddy. I'll talk to you soon.
Well, folks, that's our show. It's time for us to go. Make sure to follow us, give us a like, drop us a comment, and always subscribe. We're Chasing Comedy on all the socials. We hope you had a gas, had some laughs, and maybe you learned something too. Until next time, we're Brian and Dustin, and we're Chasing Comedy.